I'm running the Tusk. Oh, that got me out of the flow. Tusk Talon rear tire today. It's a hybrid gummy tire. It's really good.
I'd like to stand on my soapbox for just a second. I have talked a lot about tires in the past on this channel, and I want to do just a little bit more right now. I was just kind of looking at this video. Look at this, I dropped down in that rut, and then start paddling here. These bikes, these 24 bikes, I've not been able to get as much rear end traction on any of them. That is the big struggle on the 24 XCs and XCWs is rear end traction. And it makes it even more critical than ever before for me to have the right tire, to have lots of tread on there, to have a soft tread, to have a hybrid gummy compound like I've got on the bike right now, this Tusk Talon. These tires aren't going to last a super long time, but that you get such great performance out of them while you're running them. And that's what I really want to stress here. There is no better bang for the buck that you can do on your dirt bike than new tires. There just isn't. Especially a rear tire. We don't wear front tires out. We do wear rear tires out, and so many people are running tires way too long. There's a couple reasons for that. First reason possibly is just money. It's $50, $60, $70, $100. These tires that I'm running on this is like a 65. What was that? What did I look that up? A 6788 currently is what that is so cheap for a tire. You can't buy a mountain bike tire for that amount. But like if you keep good rubber on these tires or on your bike, you get a better bang for your buck than anything. And then because I like to run tubeless, which I understand is an extra expense, you're $100 per wheel to install tubeless when you get your bike. And it's more finicky because now you got to check tire pressures more. You've got a high pressure chamber, you've got the low pressure chamber, and then you do have slow leaks that happen all the time with tubeless. It is definitely more maintenance and more, quote, of a hassle than it is running tubes, but then I can run super low pressures in these tires. So instead of having to run 12 to 15 PSI in the tire and like not getting any traction, today I was running like 4 or 5 PSI in this rear tire, and it's just doing amazing. And in the front tire, I was probably running 7 or 8 pounds. And so there's less deflection. It's just everything works better when you're running these lower pressures, which is why I like to run tubeless. But it's not for everybody. I understand. Some people want to run moose bibs. It's a dead feeling if you're running moose bibs, but at least you don't get flats. And as long as your rim locks don't fail on a moose setup, then it's pretty bulletproof. But yeah, tires, man. It's very rare that I'll run a rear tire now longer than about 20 hours. And I know tons of people are running their tires like 30, 40, 50, 60 hours. I'm like, holy crap, the tires are completely trashed by the end of that. And you're doing yourself such a disservice. So people are wanting to spend, thousands of dollars on motor upgrades or ECU, electronic control unit upgrades and different pipes and all these different things that they think are going to make the bike either have more power or be better. And I'm just like, bro, the longer I do this, the more I know these bikes typically don't need more power. We need more skill. Okay. So invest in some training, invest in yourself, invest in your technique, and that will pay a bigger dividend than anything you're going to do as far as like motor work or even suspension work. I mean, I don't want to downplay, like it's important to have your suspension set up properly for your weight. I don't want to downplay that. Let's get the bike sprung for your weight for sure. And if the bike has too stiff of valving, let's soften that up. It does help for sure. But once you've got your bike set up properly, then like from a suspension standpoint, I don't like motor work. I'd rather see people buying tires more often, putting tires on their bikes more often than spending all this money to try to get the motor to like give you more power or whatever. because typically speaking, they don't need more power. We just need more skill or better technique is how I see it. So these bikes are all incredible. This bike is the 24 300XC. This was a couple months ago, this ride I went on, and I just saw this footage here on my computer and thought I would drop it out. It's a fun little ride. The mountains are now covered in snow. At least this particular trail, I'm sure, is covered in snow, so I can't do this until next year. But yeah, this Tusk Talon is a great tire. I buy them from Rocky Mountain ATV. Obviously, Tusk is a Rocky Mountain ATV brand, but it's a really, really good tire, and it's fun. It's a fun tire to run. It's got good performance, good braking, good acceleration. I really like it. I like it a lot. I did run the front tire. It was pretty good. I'm not ranting and raving about the front tire. I prefer the rear tire. But the front tire is, in fact, I think I have the front tire on the bike right now on this ride, and it's good. It's a good tire. I really, really like the Bridgestone M59 and the Bridgestone X31, and then this is also, it's right there. There's also there's a Shinko front tire. If you have questions about like what tires I like or some tire suggestions, send me an email, kyle@dirtbikechannel.com, and I can send you back several different tire suggestions, but this is one of the ones that I really like, this Tusk Talon. And I have this they have it in a 110-100, and they also have it in a 120-90. This particular one is the 110-100. That's just kind of a good all-arounder. I should try the 120-90. That's interesting that they went wider and shorter. That's interesting. Anyway, have to check that out. But yeah, fun ride, and can't wait to get back up in the mountains next spring / summer. But yeah, go get yourself some fresh rubber on your bike. You will. You can never go wrong with fresh rubber.